Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. This is your reminder to check your self-talk right now. Notice whether it is positive, constructive, and hopeful, or if it tends to be more negative, destructive, and fearful. Keep catching yourself and manifesting a future that aligns with your desired outcomes. Maybe you've come across this video today because of 111, and I want to remind you that master number 11, also known as intuitive imager, has within the power to manifest, that is to focus upon that which it desires until it becomes a reality. It holds within a power of manifestation. And it is reminding you that whatever you say, whatever you think matters, because it affects your behaviors, it affects your actions, it affects your inspirations, aspirations, and a sense of motivation, a sense of enthusiasm you hold towards life. So imagine if everything you say and think becomes a reality. Would you become more aware of your self-talk and dedicate a time each day to engage in creative thinking about who you want to become and the life you desire? Just think about it for a moment. Doesn't matter what kind of beliefs you hold around the power of thoughts or the power of thinking. Truly doesn't matter. But think about if it has anything to do with the reality. Would you take time and be more creative around how you think about life, how you think about your personal reality, how you think about your health, how you think about the universe, how you think about your relationships and anything else that is present in your life. Let this video serve you as a reminder for today, irrespective of your beliefs regarding the concept of creative transformation. On a basic psychological level, we begin to feel significantly better when we cultivate kindness, compassion, and positivity towards ourselves. And it doesn't mean that we ignore negative situations that require deeper examination for potential solutions. Instead, it involves adapting a more objective perspective and approaching them as a curious student, eager to discover how negative circumstances can be transformed into positive outcomes. It certainly requires courage and resilience, but my friend, I have faith in your ability and capacity to cultivate these qualities. I want to talk today about some practical ways. How can you take care of that inner dialogue you have towards yourself? And how to adapt more objective perspective and approach towards, let's say, negative situations in your life, so you can see and recognize how could you transform them into positive outcomes. Firstly, I want to remind you that you don't need to impress anyone but yourself. And when that becomes your principle, something you are following to, something you hold within your heart, you will always ask yourself, okay, am I doing this for myself? Am I doing this to be the greatest version I can be for myself, not to impress anyone, but to be the best version of myself I can be? And you will notice, well, there are some thoughts around that. Maybe that inner critic may come in and may start kinda negatively punishing you. But as an objective observer, you can observe those thoughts and say, well, that's not me. That's not me, right? And you will notice when you start looking at something completely objectively, you will stop emotionally reacting to whatever is happening in your mind. And that holds so much power. Because when you stop emotionally reacting to it, it stops controlling you. Whatever that inner critic is saying to you, it stops controlling you. And now you've gained your power over your inner talk. And then you can start using your thoughts for creative transformation. So stop being so emotional about all those negative thoughts you may hold within your mind, but rather take time in your day and just listen, just observe and see what is coming up and transform it. Without emotional reaction, transform it, because you don't need to impress anyone but yourself. And you will notice, well, if I'm doing that for myself, I will make the best out of it. I will make the best out of my mind, because that's what I have, that's my tool. I can't let go of it. I can't leave it behind. I need to reshape it. I need to transform it. And we all know that transformation can occur when we destroy the old patterns and create new ones, right? So there's a practice you can use when it comes to changing your beliefs, for example, or changing certain thinking patterns. Let's say you have certain dark thoughts about yourself. Like, for example, every time you do something wrong, you say, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm a bad person. I'm whatever. And you can imagine a whiteboard or a blackboard, whatever feels better for you. Imagine it. And then write on that strong belief that is negative towards yourself. Write it on and see how you feel about that belief. You may notice certain emotions of anger, of anxiety, maybe fear, maybe even resentment, or whatever you feel, notice it. And now, erase those beliefs. Visualize how you're erasing that. And as you're erasing that, you experience a sense of tranquility, a sense of peace. And now, grab a certain pencil, any color you choose, a color that represents something positive in your life, like green, for example, or blue, and write on it a new belief, like an opposite of belief of the old one. If before you said, oh, I'm so stupid, you can now write on, I am improving my skills every time I try it, for whatever thing that you may be negative towards yourself. Every time I try something new, I am improving my skills. Because often people say, oh, I'm so stupid, just because they failed at something they've tried for the first time. Well, nobody can be a master at the first day, but today's beginner is tomorrow's master, right? So remind yourself that by trying it, whatever it is, by trying, you're improving your skills. And you will notice a huge shift when you start saying the simple words to yourself. By trying, I am improving my skills, rather than saying to yourself, oh, I'm so stupid. Write it on that whiteboard. By trying, I am improving my skills, and see how it feels. Notice how it feels like. And you may have a belief that nobody likes you. Many people have that belief, nobody likes me. And as you're rewriting new beliefs, you can write on, I like myself. I like myself. Nothing selfish about it. Actually, you have to be selfish about it. You have to like yourself. Not in a narcissistic way, but in a way that you accept yourself. As nature created you so beautifully, accept yourself. I like myself. I love myself. Write it on that board that you're visualizing. And see how it feels like. Just notice how it feels like. I like myself. Anything related to money, notice what's the negative belief around money. Notice it. See how it feels like. erase it and write a new one. Write a new one. It's a practice. If we are consistent with it, what happens eventually, old beliefs will lose their power and new ones will strengthen it. We only sustain, or let's say in our minds, sustains what we are feeding the most, what we are paying attention the most. And I want to remind you that once you stop paying attention to something old and you exchange it for something new and you start feeding the new, the old will eventually disappear. It will fall out. But you need to be consistent with that work. When a certain belief is so tight, so strong, you have to create a practice that will help you to improve your self-talk. And this is a powerful one. I was doing it for a long time, and I'm still doing it when I recognize a certain belief that doesn't serve me anymore. Be objective about it, but always notice what kind of emotions may be triggered by that thinking pattern. And I also want to remind you, rather than talking yourself into giving up, talk yourself into reasons to keep up. Because at whatever phase you are right now, you are moving through a major upgrade right now. A lot of things may not make sense at this point, but it will start making sense as you're upgrading, updating, and you're becoming more authentic. But you can't be authentic if you're holding to certain old stories, right? So at some point we need to find a certain way that can help us to move through that upgrading process, right? To become more being and less just a human, right? To become more, to embody more of the soul and less of just a certain personality. To become more authentic means that you start expressing your soul fully. But you firstly need to know how your soul feels like, what makes you unique, what makes you authentic, what makes you special, what makes you incredible, what makes you, beautiful. And start appreciating those parts of yourself much more than you're criticizing the parts of yourself that you don't like. And that is an important lesson. And also, if you are not good enough for yourself, you have to know that you will never be good enough for anybody else. You have to respect and honor yourself. It will be hard for you to manifest beautiful relationships if you don't feel good enough for yourself. If you always say to yourself, when I will do this, then I will like myself, then I will accept myself. When I will lose some weights, then I will accept myself. When I will gain some more money, then I will accept myself. When I will gain more followers, then I will accept myself. Stop doing that, because there will never be enough. There's we could say as a dark energy that is kinda pushing us to always want more. So we stay in that energy of chasing things. Because when we're chasing things, we're acting out of fear. And fear is feeding up that dark energy. And in order to let go of that dark energy and start doing things out of lighter flow, out of something that just feels right, we need to learn to feel enough as we are, and we embody that knowing, okay, I'm ready to become all that I can be. Which means that when you accept yourself as you are, it doesn't mean that you will not be able to change whatever you want to change. It just means that this is where I'm starting. I'm starting where I am. I'm okay with where I am, but I know that I can become even better at this. I know I can make more if I want. because I deserve it, because I know I'm the source of it. I'm not doing it out of fear, I'm doing it out of curiosity, what else is possible. I'm doing it out of love, because I want to help others. I'm doing it with passion, because I want to see this world a better place. That's why I'm doing it. And that's where love starts inspiring you. You stop doing things out of fear, you stop chasing money out of fear. You start making it out of love because you want to be helpful, you want to be supportive for others, you want to be a great source of whatever for others, and you can't do it out of fear. And here's a reminder, if you are not good enough for yourself, you will never be good enough for anybody else. Once you know this, you will start respecting yourself and honoring yourself. So to respect yourself means that you are your own supporter. The words you would like to hear from somebody else, be that voice that you want to hear. Be your own supporter. Cherish yourself, celebrate yourself, honor yourself. As your ancestors that walked before you, they've paved a way for you, so you are where you are right now. And you have some flaws, something they couldn't figure out how to heal, how to transform, how to change. Yes, you have that. But you also have their dreams, you have their passions, you have their love, you have their care, you have their support. And they're celebrating you every time you notice how incredible you are. So it's time for you to change that self-talk and become more supportive towards yourself. If your thoughts have anything to do with the reality you're experiencing, and I know you know that your thoughts are powerful, you would be more careful with them. You would be more conscious with them. And I just wanted to give you this simple reminder to pay attention to how you're communicating with your incredible self. And I hope you see yourself as an incredible being as you are. So my friend, I will leave you here. I love you all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting my art in our Etsy shop. I Draw My Passion. I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting. Till next time, one love.